Welcome to the Pick Truth podcast, where we read confessions that people send us or that we find online and rate them based on the level of heat.
A truth can range from a bell pepper to a Carolina Reaper.
All right, let's get started. All right, guys, welcome back to Pick Truth. I'm your host, Dr. Vicky Harris, and I'm here with my co-host,
LaMont Hearn Jr.
All right, and this is another episode of Pick Truth, and I have two. One of them is a listener email who will remain anonymous. This one's quite juicy. I'm putting it up there. If it's not a Reaper, it's a Thai chili. It's upper. It's
Okay.
upper.
Okay.
And then I have another one that it's a bell pepper. And I'm just trying to balance out the show, like not always have so many.
Right.
Oh, but I do have an update on the car thief. I mean, the woman whose friend,
Okay.
she inadvertently helped her steal a car. So at the end of this episode, we'll talk about.
That's the first listener letter.
Yes, the
Yeah.
first listener email.
Yeah.
She hooked us up with the update. So
Okay.
I think that'll be great to get in. What do you got this week?
So I've got two as well. You all know the way we do this. We both usually carry two. I have one of them that I find is a little spicier, and the other one is just petty.
Okay.
It's just petty.
Don't you love a good petty?
Yeah.
Like I'm a petty. My husband's very petty, but I'm a petty person at times. Not as petty as I was in my early 20s.
You've matured.
I have matured.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy a good level of pettiness. Like it's
Yeah.
like, oh, that's terrible.
There's something to a fine quality petty that just makes you just feel right.
And an aged petty is even
Right.
better. Like, could you uncork that aged petty? Remember 6 years ago when you did this? Got that aged petty going for them.
Oh my gosh.
That's hilarious. So I can't wait to hear it. Can't wait to hear it. Anything going on with you this week?
No, I'm excited. I'm excited to be back. You know, I love recording. It's always fun when we do this. There's a certain energy we have with it. And, how about yourself?
Actually, it's been a long week for me. So at the time of this recording, I'm exhausted. But I am here for it. It does help that it's fun.
Yeah.
So I'm exhausted, but I am ready to work.
All right, let's get it.
All right, so the first one I got, it's called Revenge Confession. That's what they titled it.
Okay.
And I'm going to read it almost exactly. We're going to take out some identifying information just so the person remains anonymous. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'd like to remain anonymous. But, so this happened when I was back in high school. It was my senior year, and I was talking to this guy. He was a freshman at a local university. We went on a couple of dates, and we would almost always have sex. But of course, we get to the point where I want something more. He said he didn't like titles, and it's just not for him. So I was like, okay, bet. We won't be having sex anymore then. After that, we had, of course, stopped talking for a while. I finally graduated, and I, of course, went to the same university. The first month on campus, I see him a lot, and come to find out, dude had a whole girlfriend. Mm. At the time, being young and dumb, we started talking again because he said they broke up. Later on, I found out he was lying to me and her. She hated me, and I'm like, I didn't even know about you at first. Me being the bleep that I am, I started talking to his roommate, who also happened to be his cousin. I wanted revenge. He shouldn't have been lying to me and her. Yeah, so I made sure to go over there one night. He would have his girlfriend over, and I had sex with his roommate while they were both there. I felt very accomplished. He was pissed. I was happy, though. LOL.
Wow, so she kept it in the family. That's all I could think of. When you said that, I was like, wow, she kept it in the family.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Wow. Wow.
That's revenge.
Wow. I'm wowing because I don't even know what to say about it. Because, okay, I don't even know what to say. You decided, okay, I see you. I see you got a girlfriend. I'm going to go find your roommate. Oh, your roommate's a cousin? Oh, I'm going to have sex with your roommate. Why? First of all, if you've not been to a college campus Those rooms aren't that big. Now they got suites now, but if you were in a basic room, you got a twin bed over here and a twin bed on this wall over here.
Y'all can see it.
And there it is. And it's not the first people to have sex while your roommate's in there, but you are doing it intentionally.
Yeah.
Like, were you loud so that she and he could hear it? I mean, there's so many questions. But if he was mad, like, you smashed his cousin in his room.
I applaud. I would like. I mean, even as a guy sitting there hearing this, I'm like, I mean, he got what he deserved. I mean, at that point, I'm wondering if there was back shots involved. There's a lot to this, and I'm trying to be, I'm trying to be diplomatic in my approach to this topic. But at this point, I would give a round of applause if it wasn't bad sound. Truthfully, but I mean that's amazing. For one, I look at it like this: for you to take that position, and instead of reacting to the girlfriend who her response was incorrect because she shouldn't be upset with you as you didn't know. That's more him and his lack of accountability for it is a problem, absolutely. But I know how we do this on our show. We rate them. This is petty. Like we were talking about petty. This is petty. But it's like you said, it's that aged, fine wine petty. This is that top shelf, like a Sauvignon Blanc, like ooh.
Yeah, this is a Dom Perignon of petty.
High end, yeah. This is that. You pull this out, boy. You only pull this out for special occasions. Like,
for me, I'm gonna go with looking at the list. I'm gonna go with a Thai chili because I am judging you. But I'm all about sexual liberation for women. I hate stigma and attachment and all other stuff. And I don't think you are a 3-letter garden tool because you decided to have sex with someone. People need to stop having a negative stigma for that. So I'm looking at you at like, yo, it was his cousin in his room. Like, that's where I'm looking at you like, yo, I'm judging you. But you got what you want. Like you got it. Like you did that. You made him mad. Revenge is best served across the room.
Right. I'm judging too. I'm gonna say Thai chili, but I'm looking at it like gymnastics. When you do gymnastics, you want to be judged. You're trying to get high scores. So I'm giving high scores on this one. That's my position. I look at it like this. If dude was being that messy and he's playing around, and then you found an opportunity to get back, and you got back that hard and that close, and I mean, like you said, if he's tight, he can't show too much response to it because his girl's right there. So whatever you giving off, and I'm hoping it is one of those dorms like that,
just a
and
small
not one of the
one.
new age dorms where they both got their own bathrooms and they got like the common area. Like I want this to be like smack dab, same room. It's those same wooden beds with those little crappy tiny windows. Like I need that consistency. Plus I need him to like, it's gonna sound gross, I need him to smell it.
Oh, that's terribly disgusting. I cannot.
I'm sorry. That's a lot, but I stand on that position because he did too much. Like I rock with the position of, look, man, if you're gonna do what you do, you got to be willing to understand that there can be payback for it. I agree with the Thai chili, but I applaud you for it.
Your pettiness?
Yeah, I applaud you for that petty. That's solid. So I rock with it.
The plural petty is petai.
Oh my gosh. Oh man.
All right, what do you got for me this week?
So my first one is titled "Lied to Get Out of a School Project and Ended Up Stuck in Therapy for a Year." And the story goes, when I was a senior in high school, in the beginning of the school year, we had to do a project where we had to do a presentation and show how to do something step by step. I picked making chocolate chip cookies, so when I was going to present, I had to show a step by step on how to make them. So I had to bring in milk, eggs, bowls, and etc. We had 3 weeks to plan for the project, but it was the day of, and I had to present, and I didn't prepare or bring anything. So as soon as I got to school, I went to my English class and told my teacher I didn't have anything because my mom and dad got into a fight 2 nights before, and my dad kicked us out, and we've been living in the hotel. She said it was okay, and that she would give me credit for my written part. The next week, when I was in 3rd period, I got called into the office. The school therapist was there and told me she wanted to talk to me. She asked me if everything was okay at home, and I didn't want to have to do my project and get caught lying, so I kept with the story that my dad kicked us out. I started crying, and the therapist told me she would like to see me once a week. So I went for my whole senior year once a week to therapy to avoid doing one project.
Wow. You know, when you get a lie and you have to stick with it, I admire your stick-to-itness.
The consistency.
Like, you know what? You stuck it out. You rolled that out. But how did you think of that? How did you think my dad kicked us out and we're living in a hotel? Like, that is a very specific way to get out of a project.
Yeah.
I'm kind of impressed. Senior year, that's a good lie. I mean, you stuck with it.
Yeah.
And then, like, I don't know. Should the teacher have been telling the counselor that? I don't know how it works for real. Like, I don't remember.
Either. I always assumed it had to do if someone was in danger or if someone's life was threatened, that was the time. But as far as quote unquote kicking someone out, I don't know if that gets to that level, especially since you said you were living in a hotel. I think it would be different if they were like, we're living on the street and we're being harassed by bums and drug dealers.
I wonder how FERPA plays in that. So FERPA is the equivalent for education with HIPAA, the HIPAA laws for Health and Information Protection Act.
Okay.
Can't believe I remember that. I should. That's my job. But FERPA is like the Federal Education something.
Right.
Basically, just protects students from getting their educational stuff dispersed. I don't know if that's for post-secondary education.
Okay.
Or it counts for, high school and elementary. I don't know, but I would have been like, why are you up in my business?
Right.
Why are you meddling? But he could have got out of that therapy. He could have been like, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
This is not something I want to talk about with you. But I guess he felt caught. You started crying because you got caught. Like, oh no, they're going to find out I lied. All I had to do was make some cookies. You could have.
He could have went and grabbed the grandma's cookies out the vending machine and just been like, I prepped them ahead of time, like it was on Racial Ray or something. But I started to wonder, if he kept this going for a whole year, how did his parents not find out? You know what I mean? Because normally I feel like if you got to that point, maybe the reason why they didn't tell the parents is because he was maybe like, I don't want you all to make it worse. That would have been the answer. I would have assumed that he was like, I don't want you guys to make it worse if you tell. So maybe he got them to keep it quiet that way. But, at the same time, like you said, the consistency to stick with that kind of story. And it could be he may have saw it on a TV show or a movie or something like that, and it just clicked in his head, and he was like, you know what? I'm going to go with it. Mm-hmm. And at least it wasn't something bad like my dad hit my mom or something like that would have caused even more issues.
Or CPS. Oh, my dad punched me in my face and I can't.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So what would you rate this one, Vicky?
This was a difficult one. I'm going to give him a spicy. Oh, it's almost a Thai. Okay, here it's between spicy and Thai chili. So jalapeno, and Thai chili. I want to say it's a jalapeno because it's like, yo, all of that, you did a whole year. It would have been easier for you to do the demonstration than it would have been. You could have just said, I can't afford it.
Especially with some cookies.
You could have said, I don't have that kind of money. We can't afford that. Unless they live someplace high end. They'd be like, I know you can. Right. But I can't afford it, and go with that and keep it moving.
Right.
So that kind of makes it spicy. But then I think about if I ever found out my child went to school and told his teacher that me and his brother got kicked out and we're living in a hotel room, and he just keeps that up for a year, and I found out, I might hurt my child. Like, what the? Are you serious? And maybe it's my ego. Like, you got people out here thinking I'm living over Best Western. Like, is that what you're doing? Because you didn't want to make cookies? All the cookies you make in this house, and now you want to go out there and tell people your daddy done kicked us out? Oh, that makes it a Thai chili for me. It's just thinking of
so you coming from the position of the mom,
of the parent's position, or the dad. Could you imagine the dad showing up for a conference? Like, why do you here? You done kicked them out. Now you in here. Now the teacher's giving him attitude, and he has no idea. Oh man.
No.
Oh, so that part makes me want to make it a Thai chili as opposed to a jalapeno. So it's a spicy truth. But from a parent perspective, I might whip that ass. Imagine, if you will, your daughter for a whole year was in counseling. You didn't know because she said you kicked her and her mama out. Imagine that level of embarrassment. and frustration you would feel. It might go up into a reaper because I might catch a charge.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to hurt you.
Yeah.
I guess then I would be justified being a jerk parent. But
no, I respect that.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I can actually see that position. Now, I will say, no matter how mad I am at that point saying they need to go ahead. We need to invest in them going to law school. Because if you can lie that long for a year, there's a career that you could have there. So let's figure this out.
A politician?
Yeah, you know it. I mean, heck.
CEO?
Something,
TV journalist. I mean, like, there's so
many places you can lie.
You're great. You're great.
Oh,
do my taxes, do your CPA. You can save me some money.
Easy.
Cause I'll tell you what, I'm not gonna go on my rant about the government. That's
another show.
I am gonna go on a rant about FICA. Who is FICA? Taking all my money. I don't even want to think about it. And then Social Security, is it gonna be there when I retire?
No.
But even if it is there, what? It's gonna be a drop in the bucket. Like, ooh, I might be able to get some French fries this week with my Social Security check. Sorry, guys. I got off here. I'm gonna go into my. What did you rate it? What did you rate?
Oh yeah. Okay, so I would probably rate this a jalapeno for my initial position. As a parent, it is probably whoop your ass. I know we don't normally cuss on here, but that one's gonna have to rock. Cause at that point, yeah, I'd be tight. Cause if I'm getting side eyes from everybody, and you know how word travels, then other parents is talking to me, other dads are pulling me to the side. LaMont, what's going on at home? I mean, if you need to talk, brother, I'm here. I have a problem with that, especially when I don't know what's going on.
Or other moms coming up to you, or other moms coming up to the mom saying, "Hey, what's the rate to Best Western?" Like, do they do weekly
super
rates?
Petty, right?
Do weekly rates?
How do they charge for a month? That'd be messed up.
That would be messed up. That's petty. Okay, that's fun. Okay, so I got a next one. This one's gonna be a light one. It's intentionally light.
Okay. Intentionally
meant to be not so heavy, because sometimes we get some heavy ones.
Yeah, like a refresher.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is a palate cleanser.
Okay.
It's a little palate cleanser. Okay, so this one's titled, "I Stole Snacks from My Classmates in Elementary School." I'm one of those kids who was always looking for new food and things to try, and was jealous of other kids' snacks, mostly because I would get a lunch and the occasional fruit, and that's it. Well, our elementary school had cubbyhole areas where you would hang up your coat and bags and boots and stuff in the classroom, and often it was walled off between both sides to maximize the space and to fit 25 plus kids' stuff. So secluded, often at break times, I would wander in and rummage through the fellow classmates' lunch bags. Never their stuff, I was not a snoop, and take a snack or two and eat it in private. I still feel super guilty of it now. I was definitely old enough then to know stealing was a bad thing, and I almost got caught by my crush at the time, if you can believe that. And honestly, I don't know. I love snacks that much, I guess, but it still weighs heavy, so much so that I treat food as something I can take away from myself as a punishment.
So this kid is the Yogi Berra of elementary school.
Stealing all of the lunches before, stealing every picnic basket.
Right,
and
everybody else's picnic basket.
Is it Jellystone pork?
Yeah, it's Jellystone. Yeah. Most definitely. Okay, so see, like you said, this one's light, so it's definitely not. I won't say it's spicy. I was more nervous for him by that crush, almost catching him for real. That was probably the spiciest part. Is because them young age crushes are heavy. I would say it's definitely a bell pepper, but I don't know. You know what? Because it's still stealing, and that's been one of our rules. So I would definitely say it is most definitely a poblano, because you still stole something that wasn't yours, and don't steal. That's what we say here. Don't steal. So at that point, it's a poblano for me.
I would agree with your poblano, but for a little bit of a different reason than stealing. Because I would be mad going there and somebody took my oatmeal cream pie out my...
my God.
You know how when you know something's in there and you go and... You had lunch a few weeks ago, we talked about you looking in the... You go look for your snack, your ho-ho, your chips, and somebody done ate them. Oh, man.
Yeah.
That is why it's a Poblano for me. Because it's like, yo, and especially he said he's old enough to know not to steal.
Yeah.
You know you doing wrong.
Like you wilding.
You taking snacks out of people's bags. What if they're hungry?
And rummaging at that.
Right. But I'm not a snoop. But you go, well, how'd you get that lunchbox?
So you over the past several months or so, Dunkaroos came back, and I don't know if you remember Dunkaroos.
I remember Dunkaroos.
So Dunkaroos were one of those things that we definitely didn't get as a kid very often. We did not get food stamps or nothing like that, so we did not have any dedicated money over there. And when my mom would decide to splurge, because she still would go buy things like King Vitamin and stuff like that. So I was still eating food stamp ways on regular money. And I respect it. But, if you got something like a Dunkaroo or something, and there's only like 3 or 4 in a pack, and you was waiting on that all day, and you go to look, and all you got left is Salisbury steak or something else from the day before, I'd be tight. I
don't know what kind of lunches you bring it to.
But... I'm sorry, life was struggle.
But I do remember your ravioli story.
Oh, the one at the
with the fireworks show.
Okay, so it was actually at the parade. My apologies.
Oh yeah, we have the annual parade. Yeah.
So we were at the parade, and my mom had mentioned that we were gonna go, and I was super excited. So I was excited because I remember, we would always go downtown during that time of year. And I would see all the different trinkets and the snacks and stuff you could buy, whether it was the elephant ears or the hot dogs or anything. I was super excited. So I was pumped. I'm looking around, trying to decide what I'm going to wear. We get dressed and we hop on the bus. So we get down there. We go to sit down. And I see some friends of mine. They're like, hey, LaMont, hey, come here. So I see them and I ask my mom, can I go over there? And of course, she says, don't go further than I can see you. If I can't see you, then you're missing. So I go over there. They're talking about, we're going to go get food. So I'm excited. And I run over to ask my mom for some money, like any kid does. Mom, can I have some money to go get some food? Money? You don't need money to go get food? And she pulls out a container of ravioli. And it's not Chef Boyardee. It's like Save-A-Lot brand ravioli with that off taste. When I tell you I was crushed, I'm over here eating this lukewarm ravioli. My friends have showed up with elephant ears. They got drinks. They got the ices, like the full-on icy drinks. I am crushed. And they are cracking up. And she's like, you ain't got to worry about it. Your stomach's full. But my heart was hurt. My heart was empty.
My stomach was full, but my heart was empty. As I watch, all I see is other kids licking ice cream cones, and you got this bowl of lukewarm, like you got a spoon of lukewarm ravioli trying to eat this.
Cutting that chunked meat that's inside of it, man.
Oh, man.
Even with that, I love you, Mama. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You went to the parade?
Yeah, I still got to go.
So we live in Louisville, Kentucky, and every year it's the 2 weeks before the first Saturday in May is Derby season here. And the
Pegasus Parade.
Yep, the Thursday before Derby is the Pegasus Parade. Louisville treats the Derby as a national holiday. It's a local holiday, rather. Yeah. Schools are closed. Pretty much it's an unproductive work day.
Yeah.
There's parties everywhere.
Oh, yeah. People from everywhere come. Any celebrity you can think of has come here. Yeah. Anybody. Yeah. Take your most famous person, whether they're K-pop, R&B, rock, politician. Yeah. They all show up for it.
Yeah.
So
there's tons of parties. And it goes on. But that Thursday for the locals, like we all have our, depending on your age range, because they're like we all have our traditions. There's Screaming Eagles.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, I know that's not there anymore. But for me, it was like there's those days of the week. Well, when I got older, so there's the parade on Thursday. Right. It used to be the Belvedere. Remember they used to. Yeah. So that's if you're local. Yeah, you know everything I'm talking about. If you're not local, back in the day. Now they're closing off.
Oh yeah.
Did you know they closed? They put barriers in front of Kroger in the West End during Derby.
Really?
Then they're gonna say, "Oh, it was a mistake." It's probably got to edit this out, but that's a petty.
Did they do that at White Castle too? Over off of what is that?
No, just 28th Street.
Okay,
that's 28th Street.
Okay. Yeah.
For those that don't know, this is the hood. But the hood
Big facts.
is the hood now.
Right.
But yeah, the Pegasus Parade. That was, oh man. I've never taken the kids to the Pegasus Parade. I hate parades. I don't know. Okay, I take that back. I don't hate parades. I don't like the crowds.
Okay. I can respect that.
I don't like the crowds. And getting in and out is the problem.
Yeah.
It is such a nightmare. I went to high school downtown, and every Thursday we would get out a half day, and it was always the ring ceremony for the juniors. So that we could do a half day, because you would be stuck downtown if you didn't get out of there fast enough.
Right.
So this year, because of COVID, it was interesting. They did the parade all over the city. That was nice.
Yeah.
All right, LaMont. So what's your last one you got for this week?
All right. So my last one is titled, I Broke My Grandma's Glasses and Made Her Think She Did It. This was when I was a kid. I was laying on the couch. She was napping on the floor next to it. When I stretched myself out, I heard something crack under me. I sat up and found my grandma's broken glasses, so I put the broken bits underneath her leg. When she woke up, she cried and took calming meds. Till now, no one knew it was me.
I don't know what his grandma is like, but if I was a young kid and scared, I might have done the same thing.
Absolutely.
It's probably a bell pepper. It's really depending on his age.
Yeah.
We don't know it, but I would absolutely... I might have tried to do the same thing. Just scared that you're going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
But then it makes me feel bad for the grandma if that made her have like some type of anxiety attack, because maybe she's on the 44 cents a day of Social Security that everyone that I just joked about, and she can't afford glasses. And she should do. If she finds out it's him, Jesus, I got too comfortable. I was gonna say, give it some ravioli.
Oh, for real? We're gonna take my trauma and
give that some ravioli and
take him to the parade and then give him some ravioli. I'm gonna mad as a punishment.
That's his punishment. She should punish him by taking him. Sorry. Oh, if the granny ever finds out, she should. Oh God. Okay. If the granny ever finds out, she should punish him by making him.
I'm gonna try not to look at you. I'm trying to see if I can help.
I don't know why that's so funny. In my head, I just picture her getting up like, damn it, you're gonna get the bowl of raviolis.
Go get it. We're going to the parade. You gonna mess with me. Now eat.
No, make him wear a bib. Don't you drop none of that ravioli juice.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. If that granny wakes up.
You said if she wakes up. Wait. I was like, Granny's dead now? Wait. It's too much.
Okay. If Granny ever finds out it was him, what she should do is take him to a parade and make him eat ravioli.
Come on, man.
Make him wear a bib and everything and a giant spoon. You sit here and eat all that ravioli. That's his punishment.
Basically with a ladle. Come on, man.
Your belly is full, but just like my heart is broken, so are those glasses.
I'm not fooling with you. See, this is why people don't talk about their traumas now. But it's cool. It's cool. It's all right, mama. It's all right. We good. You know what? I'm good.
And I would like a shirt with a plate of ravioli on it and have the steam rising up. And it said, my belly is full, but my heart is broken. That is it. That's all I want. It's called, my belly is full, but my heart is broken.
You know what? I think you should actually write that down.
Oh, gosh.
That might be something we put on a shirt.
Oh.
I definitely want us to start getting into that. So that might be one of our shirts.
I'm sorry. I just picture you at this poor kid. Wait a minute. I don't even know why I picture your socks all the way up. You got these long socks on, basketball socks on. You got on your shorts. You looking fly as you can be. And you got this Tupperware bowl. It might not even be Tupperware. It might be Country Crock. You got this Country Crock bowl and this spoon. And you got this around. Your friends are eating hot dogs and ice cream and funnel cakes and corn dogs and turkey legs. And you got this liquid bowl of lukewarm ravioli. I'm I love parents because it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because, you're full. Listen, your belly's full.
Right.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
But because as parents, we don't care about the social stuff all the time.
We don't worry about that. They weren't. Nowadays, it seems like, I don't know, people are weird. I know we don't. I know how we parent. We don't really rock with all that. We ain't worried about all that.
Yeah, so oh God, that's funny. I'm gonna laugh about that for a while because, dude, I'm sorry. We did. Yeah, so I think that was I don't even know what I said. I don't get lost track. I don't know. It's a bell pepper. I mean, it was an accident. I might have done the same thing. God bless him. But
I'd agree. I would say it's a bell pepper.
And I was scared of my granny. Oh my grandmama. I was scared of her. She was still nice and
Yeah.
But I was scared because they don't play.
They had a stature to them. Yeah.
Yes.
They had a stature. Yeah. I mean, to this day, you couldn't tell me that growing up. You couldn't tell me my grandmother wasn't 6 foot. Just in my mind, my grandmother just had that stature. Like she was just a giant amongst people in general. From the way she carried herself, she wasn't mean. But when it came time to show you she was serious, you got all the action. Mm-hmm. And so from the energy, like you said, I probably would have hid them. I probably would have blamed somebody else, one of my cousins or somebody. Because I don't want the smoke.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't want the smoke.
I ain't here for it. All right, so I did promise at the beginning of this episode to give you all an update on the episode where we talked about an unwitting participant in a Grand Theft Auto. And so here's their update. The husband and wife kept the car stashed at his mom's barn for a couple of years. He did not have a license to even drive. He had a lifetime suspension. She and I are no longer friends, not because of this particular situation, but things like this all the time were happening. Way too much drama. So you stole the car, put it in the barn for 2 years, and you couldn't even drive it? What kind of... that just makes that story even more crazy. And guys, I don't remember which episode it was. I do apologize, but if you want to check out the episode, check out a previous episode.
Yeah.
It was our very first listener email, and she was an unwitting participant in a Grand Theft Auto. So that's the update. Like 2 years in a barn. I wasn't even prepared for that. No. I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah. No, absolutely. That's crazy. That's crazy.
You gotta be careful who you choose as friends.
Agreed.
So that does it for this episode of Pick Truth. If you like today's show, help us out. Subscribe and send the show to 2 friends. If you've not done so already, join our Facebook group, Pick Truth, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Oh, yeah. And don't forget to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you subscribe.
Catch you next time.
Later.
We can't pick truth without you.
Send us your truths at picktruthmail@post.com to see if you can bring the heat.